Thank you, Larry. We are across the Cumberland River from downtown Nashville at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee. Tonight, we've got an AFC matchup on tap between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. To return, this is Mark Mariani. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now here's the first carry for DeMarco Murray. And he's going to be stopped here on this first play as he gets it to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play there. It'll be second down. Again, it's Murray. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop.
It may sound trite to a lot of people, but when you have a team that actually does believe in you, it really helps your overall play. DeMarco Murray found exactly that in Tennessee with the Titans.
Because he didn't really have, you're alluding to him not having that in Philadelphia?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, look, he started as the guy there. By the end of the season, he was no longer that guy. The offense didn't seem to fit for him, but it fit perfectly in Tennessee as he led a big-time attack, third in the league in rushing.
Yeah, finishing just shy of 1,300 yards, 12 total touchdowns as well. Rookie season for Sharp was pretty good. Ended up being their most reliable target, really, over 500 yards, couple of touchdowns, but probably need to get Marcus Mariota a couple more weapons out wide, no?
I don't think there's any question about it because Tajae Sharp had a phenomenal preseason camp. And I think the expectations became outsized for him, especially as a rookie receiver. So I think he's much more comfortable being a 2, maybe even a 3 in the early going, if they're able to supplement. Rashard Matthews will be back. He'll take some pressure off. But I think you're exactly right. They've got to go get some receivers to help out Marcus Mariota.
And remember, they have 2 first-round picks, so some options coming up for the Titans. On second down, here's Savage. This one completed to Keith Mumphrey. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And this one complete to Will Fuller. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So there you go, holding by the offense, and that'll push him back.
Changes everything now as you try and figure out what your playbook has for you. Longer yardage situations, tougher to execute and pick up first downs.
Back to throw, Savage. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that one. And that'll make this a second down. Again throwing, it's Savage. Caught left side, Hopkins. And taking it to the 15 with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now inside the red zone, Savage. This will be caught at the 2. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
Brandon, if I told you in preseason that DeAndre Hopkins would have less than 1,000 receiving yards, would you have looked at me funny?
I would have. He's coming off a 1,500-yard season, and he's gotten better each and every year through the first 3.
And they have weapons around him now. Will Fuller can stretch the field. Braxton Miller, when they get him back healthy, he can fly as well. They got Lamar Miller as a running back in free agency. They've got people who can stretch things open and get the ball to DeAndre Hopkins in open field, but he had a connection that wasn't very good with his quarterbacks this season.
And by the way, Charles, touchdown production dropped big time too. 11 last season, 4 this year. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. C.J. Fedorowicz. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Texans are in for 6. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Okay, Charles, as Tennessee comes back out for this series, let's focus on the offense and this upcoming draft. Put on your GM cap. They've got picks number 5 and 18. Where are you going?
I'm going receiver to help out my quarterback, Marcus Mariota. That's a high priority for me. If I flip it over to defense, with the complicated schemes that they run, I'm thinking about getting some more secondary players to help out on the back end.
So what makes their schemes so tough defensively?
Well, what they love to do is give everyone a certain look and make you think that this is where the pressure's coming from, and in fact, the pressure's coming from elsewhere. So you have to be able to adapt to that so that the back end of the defense matches up with what they're doing on the front end.
Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you got to win at the point of attack, and on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
He was looking for DeMarco Murray out of the backfield, and it's 3rd down. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd. Play fake to Henry. Now, and they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
Oh, and the defender took some liberties there with a late hit, roughing the passer.
The league has done a great job of defining what is a late hit. An illegal contact on a quarterback, the defenders really have to get in line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And complete to the tight end Walker, right side. 1:59 to go in the 1st half. A reminder coming up at halftime while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box. We'll be sending you to Orlando where Larry Ridley will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half.
Send me to Orlando.
Touchdown Titans! Rishard Matthews, 34 yards. And the Titans are just an extra point away from moving out in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. Last time they were out, they scored. Still trailing here, though, so some work to do.
But it's okay in terms of mindset. Because they scored the last time, they're not quite as worried about being down on the scoreboard because now their confidence is a little bit higher. They feel like they've got something going, and they feel like they can attack again and put more points on the board.
Are you scoreboard watching if you're the offense, or are you just focused on this drive?
We wouldn't be telling the truth if we said that they didn't scoreboard watch. Everyone does it to some extent, but you've got to set it aside right now and just focus on this series. That'll take care of the scoreboard if they punch it into the end zone.
The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. And they're going to speed things up here. On 1st down, it's Savage. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Wesley Woodyard. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to...
And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now a second down throw for Mariota. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. Henry, the lone man in the backfield. Third and long here for Mariota. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Fielded at the 33. 31 yards on the punt there. And possession will change here with very little time remaining until halftime. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got to come.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. 2nd and 10, going with Savage again. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Now it's Savage. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action.
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA Halftime Report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Titans are forcing turnovers, but they still find themselves in a tight game. The Texans have to feel somewhat fortunate that those same turnovers haven't cost them more. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. 2nd and 2 coming up. Here the pass is completed into coverage. He caps off the 7-play drive with the score. They strike first in the half. Titans have it early in the second. Mariota's on target here. And the pass and catch will end up going for 21 yards. Titans still on the field. Matthews got the reception, and it ends up working for a touchdown. They go ahead by 1. About halfway through the second, C.J. Federowicz hauling in the pass over the middle, and he'll end up picking up 13 yards on the play. Texans wind up throwing a pick on the drive. We're set up for a great second half, so let's get you out to it. Here's Brandon Gaudin.
All right, thank you, Larry. Plenty of intrigue to come. A 1-point game as we get set for half 2. On the return, here comes Keith Mumphrey. And the Titans defense, they get ready. They take the field again.
And now Big Mo's wearing a shirt of their color. They're hoping to continue that momentum in their direction and maybe another pick.
Who's Big Mo? He's momentum, right?
Momentum. And right now, he's hugging them.
Right side, caught Fedorowicz. And they're able to get this one across the 35. And call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Fresh set of downs here.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
On 1st and 10, Savage. Complete to Mumphrey. And he's brought down. 11 yards on the pickup, and it'll give the Texans a first down. So the offense has it 1st and 10.
Everything about that play was beautiful. A great corner route where the receiver worked the defensive back inside and then worked back to the outside to the corner. But how about the throw by the quarterback? Anticipation on the break from inside to outside. He threw the football. As the receiver turned around, the ball greeted him.
So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. Looks like a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and 2.
And maybe expecting a throw. Here is Savage. And that is incomplete. C.J. Fedorowicz, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down. So on 4th down, the Texans will call on their field goal unit. And on comes Nick Novak. From the right hash, this from 48. And this one's not close. Not even close. Short and to the right, it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Titans. Rashard Matthews, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Titans find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Ooh, the juke. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line.
Illegal block in the back. Return team. Automatic 1st down.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And the last time that they were on the field, little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
Truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
Back to throw, Savage. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down.
And that incompletion was caused by the defense. I think they were trying to get one into the middle of the field, trying to find a receiver there. But they were in zone defense. And what are the advantages of being in zone? Eyes and reaction. Eyes meaning all eyes are on the quarterback and able...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Back now in Nashville. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the 4th quarter. They isolate Hopkins on the left side. On 1st down, Savage. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. Unable to connect on the 1st down pass play. Now it's 2nd down. And back to the air. Savage on 2nd down. Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we get this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they missed a golden opportunity.
They give him 12 yards and a 1st down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, an 11-yard touchdown. And now the Texans are within a 2-point conversion of tying up this game. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from the wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, That should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6. Seven, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On first down, Murray. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. A gain of 3, second down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go with Murray again. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Third down now following the run.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position. They got the completion, but they didn't get the first down. So you got to think if you're on the defensive side of the ball, you're pretty happy with what you just accomplished there.
Yeah, guy, like you said, got him out of bounds, stopped the clock, kept him short of the marker. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fielded just inside the 20. Just a 30-yard punt that time. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it down deep into Tennessee territory. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. He'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
So many practices we watched over time where the offense works on scoring late in the game and finding a way to win, as we just saw there.
Just saw it right there. Now can they preserve that advantage that they just got? Now it's Novak on. He'll send this one away following the touchdown. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. He's back to throw. And an alley to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be second down. And now they're in the hurry-up. Back to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll go down at the 28. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Back to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They'll look to throw. He's got time. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
Holding offense. That penalty is declined.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on fourth down. Desperation time. Mariota on fourth down. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Texans are going to win the football game. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on fourth down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, third down situation, big third down alert, lock in here, fourth down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Still first down.
One receiver left, 3 to the right. Savage is going to throw it. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over.